Alistair, congratulations on a big win for you. Obviously, it's not an easy thing to put Mark Hunt out like that. Talk about just how you felt about your overall performance tonight.
I felt good. I felt very confident about the training, about the work I put in. After the Stipe loss, didn't take any time off. I just went straight back to the gym. Identified several things that we needed to improve and just start building from there, and definitely put in the hours. Wanted some additional time to prepare because UFC wanted me already to fight December. But I said, no, it's a little too soon. I need a little bit more time. And that's important. You know, you gotta, every fight is a test. Every UFC, it's not just a fight. It's life or death. That's how I treat it. And again, very proud about the team, people I have around me, very happy with the work that I put in, and it showed tonight.
I thought it was interesting that afterwards, you kind of suggesting, it's not over yet. We're not done yet. Do you feel like people were kind of writing you off after the loss?
People are always writing me off. Yeah, what can I say? What can I say? I mean, maybe it has to do with my longevity career. It's been 24 years training and competing. But I don't know, I just love fighting. I love the UFC. The UFC is truly the best promotion I ever fought for, and I've had a couple in those 24 years. They're doing a great job promoting us, the fighters, but promoting the sport worldwide in a proper way. And yeah, I'm just very happy to be part of it.
And last for me, you've mentioned the name Francis Ngannou a couple times. Curious why that one's interesting to you, because, of course, he looks like the dangerous young guy right now, the up-and-comer, and, would try to make a name off you. I don't know how much you would get off him, and he looks like a really dangerous guy. So why is that a guy you want to fight?
Well, I like to test myself. I believe that every opponent makes me better. And I don't know, he mentioned my name, and I was open to the idea. I was like, hey, wait a minute, somebody wants to fight me. I never back down from nobody who wants to fight me. That's one. And number two, of course, Francis is there. I would never, if that's going to happen, it's great. But I'm also going to be looking for that other fight, of course, championship fight, JDS versus Stipe. Two great athletes, two tremendous fighters. I really loved that first fight. It was back and forth and a very tough fight for both. But as if JDS would win that one, I could see a rematch there too. Me and JDS.
Alistair, a lot of the work in the fight was done up against the cage. Mark Hunt was able to land a few short elbows before you knocked him out. Was there anything in that clinch in terms of you having to make any types of adjustments, or was it just waiting for the opportunity to land those knees?
Well, again, I remember from my first fight with Mark, the guy is durable, but above all, he's very strong. He has that one punch knockout power. So that's something that's constantly in your mind. You gotta, before you know it, you're waking up in the locker room and it's done. So that's something you got to be careful about, and that means that's going to stop your attack, your offensive.
Don't leave. How was that? Stay there.
Did you know he was sick? So he's been in the hospital for 24 hours with food poisoning, throwing up and all the other pleasantries of food poisoning for 24 hours. Was in the hospital, brought him home, and we had to bring him back to the hospital. They had to fill him with bags of fluids and IVs, and at one point he was afraid to leave his room because he couldn't stop throwing up and everything else. Did not want to turn down the fight. Still came out and fought tonight and knocked out Mark Hunt. So, and more to his credit, didn't say one word about it in his interview, and obviously hadn't said it here yet. I just came in to thank him and tell him how much I respect him.
Alistair, just one more for me. There was kind of a strange injury to Mark Hunt's right shin. It looked like he was throwing some low kicks and got a real big gash on his shin.
He said he broke his tibia, just for that matter. He said he broke his tibia.
Oh, okay. So to the outside of your knee, did that register with you when it happened? Did you have any perspective on when he sustained that injury? Was anything you noticed at the time?
Well, he was kicking my leg, and I thought he might do that. He's a K1 champion. He kicks. He throws bombs. So checking those kicks was one part of the game plan, because you don't want to. He actually landed a couple. My leg is a little bit bruised. But yeah, did he break his fibula? Fibula is on the back of the leg, right?
Tibia, the tibia. So
okay.
it's down the bottom, the shin.
Of his left or right leg?
I don't remember what he said. I think it was right leg.
Right leg.
But he posted on Instagram that he broke it.
Okay.
My first question for you, and then I have one for the president, is you were switching southpaw and in conventional a lot in the fight. I mean, what does that do against a guy like Hunt?
Well, you want him to guess what you're doing, right? And switching up opens up other possibilities of attack, defenses. Again, you got to be sharp for Mark, because one mistake and it's over. That's in the heavyweight division anyway. What with Mark Hunt in particular, we've seen him fight Bigfoot. We've seen him do it to Frank Mir. One mistake and it's so you got to be on your toes. You got to be sharp. Very happy that I was able to do that.
Dana, I know we always talk about the matchmaking thing, but he mentioned Francis Ngannou afterwards, and the guy is as hot as anybody. But he's a young guy. Do you think that Francis is a guy that you could see at this stage of his career fighting Alistair?
Well, we're planning something. He's already got something planned for this summer. So, but yeah, I think the guy needs, one or two more fights, and yeah, he could be there.
Can I ask you about the main event, just your thought on the main?
Sure.
I don't know why he's sitting there. I don't want to. It seemed like neither guy was willing to engage, and both were so very cautious. What was your thought on when Joe Rogan said he thought it was an entertaining main event? The crowd did not. What did you think?
That was nice of Joe. When I was out doing a radio tour for this fight, I said, "You've all seen the first fight. How can the second fight be not be good?" So I guess it doesn't matter what the first fight was like. The second fight can be not as good. I had it 3-2 the other way. I thought that that Wonder Boy won 3-2. One of the judges scored the last round 10-8. So that obviously throws the, yeah.
Question over here for
What? Hey, listen, man. It's easy to sit in your seats, drink some beers and some popcorn and boo people, man, but they're not in there fighting Tyrone Woodley or Wonder Boy. These guys, a lot was at stake, and these guys, fought the way they needed to fight to win. Woodley came out and made some big claims before the fight that we would have a definitive answer on who's the champion and things like that. I like Tyrone. He just, He's talented. You've heard me say all the things he is before. You can't be upset if people or whatever now after that second fight. I mean, come on.
Okay, sorry about that. Question over here to your right, Alistair. Hey, congratulations on the win. Just a question. The elbow he landed, I think, in the second round. How badly were you hurt?
Definitely rocked me, and I didn't even know I got hit till after the fight, till my coaches told me. So it definitely had an impact. But when you're in the flow, you can also fight autopilot, and stuff comes back to you later. I'll be watching the tape too, expecting some stuff to come too. But it definitely.
And if you could clarify, I don't know what the rules are in total clarity here, but just to clarify, Alistair, were you administered an IV at the hospital? And if so, was there a therapeutic use exemption given by USADA? What happened there?
Yes, we went through all the steps necessary. So got really sick, and yesterday I was at the weigh-ins. I was out. I was like low energy. I mean, I put on my my acting face, looking angry, but I had like zero energy. And if I'd felt today as I felt yesterday, I would not have been able to perform. But went to the hospital, got an IV, slept very good, took something to help me sleep. I could get some food in yesterday evening before sleeping, and recovered kind of okay. And yeah, we're going to go for it, and we're going to do this. Again,